From London, England, where the king lives.
Recorded live from an underground bunker to help kickstart your day with the motivation and inspiration you need 365 days a year. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast, the weekly show with your host, Chris Jaggs.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that incredible special time of the week again. But before we get into that, can I just say, good morning. Welcome to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. And unbelievably, for anyone that has never heard this podcast before or even read the title, my name is still Chris Jaggs from LearnDevelopLive.com. We are back on another glorious Monday, the start of a new week full of new prospects and new horizons. You know what I mean. There is something big waiting for you out there. And no, I don't mean the electricity bill. Now, unless you are on the other side of the world from the UK, shout out to all the listeners from Australia, New Zealand and Singapore, amongst many others, you'll know it's getting a little bit cold, isn't it? Autumn has arrived, and as the quote from Game of Thrones would say, winter is coming. And boy, aren't we starting to feel it. While the summer is now a distant memory, even the weather from the past week or so is still trying to hold on to that sunshine before it completely disappears. On a few of the nursery runs the last few weeks, we've gone out in the rain, the gloom, before the sun comes out and shines like another spring day. Is the weather confused? Very possibly. Now, before we go on any more, let's have those messages to help us get all warmed up and toasty.
The Learn, Develop, Live podcast.
The milk goes all chocolatey.
More delicious than a bowl full of Cocoa Pops.
If you're enjoying this podcast, why not leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, or whatever else allows you? Add in your favourite motivational quote and it will be read out on a future episode.
It's only cold if you're standing still. A quote I found earlier today, and it stuck with me. Probably because it's very true when you think about it. Okay, so it is exercise related, but you could take that quote with how you think as well. If you aren't stimulated, you will become bored. And alone, that will make you feel cold as you won't focus on something more meaningful to you. The days become shorter, the temperatures have already started to drop, and sunlight becomes a special event, especially if you're in the UK. And let's also not forget about those cold mornings and trying to get out of your cosy bed. For many of us, it's felt like winter for a few months now. Unfortunately, not everyone experiences a winter wonderland during the chilly months of the year. For many, winter is the most challenging time to stay motivated and productive. You could say people start to experience the winter blues. There was a mental health event I took part in a few years ago called Take 10, Darker Days and Colder Nights. And this really helped put the focus on mental health. And let's face it, that can really take a whack from this time of year as well. Many people tend toward depression and isolation in the winter months. This is believed to be a part of the result of the body rhythms going out of whack due to the changes in sunlight. Yes, this is an actual thing. The lack of the good old natural vitamin D really can affect you. Regardless of it all, work carries on as usual, and people need to keep on top of the game no matter the season. Staying motivated throughout the winter will take a little extra effort on your part. Luckily, winter only lasts so long. So if you are feeling low and slow as the months start to creep towards the depths of winter and your motivation is dwindling on each passing day, remember, there are always bright spots to be found among the darkness. That, and it's always a good idea to allot yourself some well-deserved me time when you're not feeling your best. From all the guides that are out there, and there are a lot, on just how to battle the upcoming months, maybe even just one idea here could help push you through to those spring times. Let's start with the first, and that's focus on the now and stay present. One of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to thinking about the winter blues is they become so preoccupied with the thoughts of negative outcomes. They forget to take moments to enjoy all the good that is going on around them. There is good stuff happening, but are you paying attention? Winter for me is about Christmas, my favourite time of the year, which sounds crazy considering I worked with 19 of them back in the shop. We have the build up to the big day, and to be honest, it's all over so quick. The other downside for me, and many others that have worked in retail at Christmas, is that every year, without fail, Mariah Carey and All I Want for Christmas is dusted off to help torment us for another couple of weeks. When you are working 16-hour days in a toy shop and the same 13 songs are played hour after hour, it can really grind your mental health. And that's before I even mention the 3 different versions of the 12 Days of Christmas. It just goes on, doesn't it? Now, I have strayed from the subject slightly, but be present and aware as you gaze at holiday lights that are decorating the streets, smell the scent of sparkling cinnamon candles, and listen to the music. At the same time, you shop and savour the atmosphere, because as soon as Christmas is done, it's like a flash in the pan event, and we are back to those cold, cold nights. It's a simple tip, but actively checking in with yourself on a daily basis and being present to experience all life has to offer can make a real, genuine difference in your mood. Number 2, make time for the people you love, even when you want to be left alone. When the world has been talking all day, the idea of just closing the door and hiding away from everyone is very appealing. If I was working a late shift in the shop, coming home having dinner at 1 a.m. wasn't ideal, but it's just the way it was. Having an hour or two just to unwind from everything was crucial to the switch off. If you're feeling depressed or low on energy, this is another reason why hiding away is the only thing that you want to do. The flip side of this is if you spend time around the people and share a meal, a few laughs, the feeling of positivity can work wonders and keep you connected with those close to you. Once it starts to get cold outside, people naturally want to stay inside. You might end up with an icicle on the end of your nose. But this is also the time that can be a challenge to keep your spirits high when cold. You could try and create an after-work routine with friends and family. Balance out your day and continue a social connection with those around you. Make the most of the season and what it brings. First example is ice rinks. Ice rinks seem to pop up around the UK around winter, so why not go for a skate? Or just to stay upright and not on your ass. I would definitely spend more time on the ice than actually standing up. Number 3, keep on moving. Now this is one of the most important factors in getting to grips with the cold. Maintaining physical exercise should be part of your routine in the winter, even though it feels easier to put the slippers on and curl up on your couch. A little movement will always help to improve your mood and well-being, and those benefits simply can't be overstated in the winter time. You don't necessarily have to brave the cold to get exercise in either. Going to a local gym provides access to all kinds of indoor workouts. You've got stationary bikes, indoor tracks, and sometimes even a heated pool. You'll build up healthy habits and warm your body while only needing to walk to and from the car park. But if the gym seems a little bit too much, try some at-home workouts. You can accomplish a lot by following video guides using simple exercise methods. You don't need any equipment to get a good workout in. Exercise helps increase circulation, core body temperature, and release those endorphins. These feel-good hormones give you the happy feeling after a workout. And of course, these will help combat the lows felt when the temperatures drop and the body wants to go into hibernation mode. Number 4, treat yourself. Doing little things for yourself always makes you feel better. Whether it's getting your nails done, pick up a new pair of boots, getting that smooth new haircut, whatever it is you like doing, go and do it. Give yourself something to look forward to during these cold winter months. And lastly, why not create some summer plans? If winter keeps bringing you down, create some plans and set some goals for the following summer. This will give you many exciting things to look forward to, which will of course boost your morale, even if only temporarily. Your summer plans will also make a nice reward for making it through the winter to the best of your abilities. Let's use a classic example of a summer holiday. To make this holiday happen, you need to save up the money and build up the annual leave hours to get the time off. Now this should give your work ethic a significant boost throughout the winter months as you dream of sunny beaches and pina coladas. Now unless you're a penguin, a polar bear, or even Elsa, none of us can really say the cold never bothered me anyway. However, that doesn't mean that winter has to drain you of all your energy and enjoyment until you thaw out in the spring. Start making an effort to tackle winter head on, and you won't be bothered by the freezing temperatures even one bit. Now the days of bad results are coming to an end, and your next step is an easy one. jump onto the Learn Develop Live calendar at www.ldlcall.com and book that time slot best for you. Let's talk about the pain or the issue that you have going on right now and how we can work to get it and catapult you, launch yourself into whatever it is you actually want to do with life. I look forward to talking to you and hearing about what you want to do. But as for this episode, I hope you've enjoyed the rest of your day. Have a great week. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you in the next one.
You have the confidence. You have the talent. Now let's get the two working together. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast.
Goodbye.
What? It's over already?
All over.
Thank you for listening to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. I hope you feel as warm, motivated, and fuzzy inside as I do. You can connect with Chris at learndeveloplive.com or on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
I won't say goodbye. I'll just say until we meet again.
Until next time, join the motivation. Motivation.